Joining me now to discuss the water crisis in Flint and the money and politics behind it is Lee Gaddies. He is of the Detroiters working for environmental justice. Lee, good to have you with us tonight. And with all this coverage, all this attention, all these hearings, they seem to be still tight with the dollar and can't move the money. What do you make of it?
Well, they're trying to get the money to their contractors. This has been their plan since day one. You know, they laid it. This is not even a secret. I mean, we've talked about this before. You know, they lay this all out at the Mackinac conference every year about what they're going to do. So this is about them taking the money, the taxpayers' money, and moving it into private hands through contracting. And the Flint water system was just one of that. Was just one of those mechanisms they were using to do that. You know, by switching to a different water system from Detroit, supposedly saving $12 million, but then the contracting for the new piping were going to go to Snyder's buddies. You know, they were willing.
So how would you like to see it done,
lives.
Lee? How would you? Okay, who should replace the pipes? Because right now, no pipes have been replaced.
Right. Well, I think, number one, all the unemployed citizens of Flint who have the technical skills to do it should be contracted to do it. I don't think we should be outsourcing these jobs to the lowest bidder so they can drive in from all over other states to come in and do the work when you have so many unemployed people right there in that community. And number two, it would never have been allowed to deteriorate to this degree if this had been a more affluent community. Mm-hmm. If we look at the historical timeline of how polluting industries have been allowed to go into these poor and minority communities and that are not allowed to go into other more affluent communities. You know, I think that we could turn a lot of this around by employing some of these people to fix this problem.
Lee, there is a recall effort underway in Michigan for Governor Synder to get rid of him, get him out of office. There are some national political figures who have actually asked him to resign. Where's the recall tonight? What's going to happen here?
Out of the five petitions, one petition by the Board of Canvassers has been approved, and I have a vote of no confidence in this Board of Canvassers that turned a blind eye to the shenanigans that were going on in Detroit when we showed voting irregularities. I think that they will find some technicality, like the font is 2 points too large, or some irregularity, and I think the petitions will be dismissed on some technical irregularity that they're going to come up with.
But do they have the signatures?
Yeah.
So they have enough signatures, but you think they're going to be rejected because of some technicalities on the way the petitions were put together?
Yeah, historically, that's the way they do it here in Michigan.
Okay, it's interesting. The recall effort in Wisconsin, of course, Walker survived that because he got outside money to get it done. Who's going to come in and protect Synder if the recall does move forward?
You know what? There's a lot of people that have benefited from Snyder's largesse. I think that they know if Snyder's goes down, and if they can find the emergency manager, who I believe has been summoned by the U.S. Marshals to come to Washington. Mm-hmm. But I think it's kind of interesting that we don't see the state House or the state Senate calling Synder and the emergency manager in to ask questions about what did they know and when did they know it, because they knew about this a long time before they let on that they did. And I think the documents and records prove that, because they were sending bottled water to state buildings for their employees to drink while telling the Flint residents that it was okay to drink out of the tap.
All right, Lee. We will stay on the story. Good to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. And that